Hey guys, so I got a few requests here to do a quick little comparison between Huawei P9 Lite and the Moto G4 Plus phone. I did actually get the G4 Plus back from Lenovo. They fixed it for me and we do have a new display. It was only €50 as well to get it repaired, so I'm very happy that we do have it back here. So we're going to check out the performance between these two phones, which are very affordable indeed. I think they both have some strengths and weaknesses though to consider. Definitely think I prefer the build quality of the P9 Lite. It feels a lot more kind of, you know, premium around the edges compared to the Moto G4 Plus, which is a big boy, but it's a little bit chunky if you ask me. So we are running the latest software on both of them, and we can have a look here how they compare. I think we've closed everything down. So this is a Kirin 650 versus Snapdragon 617. And so far I think the Moto is doing quite well actually. This goes to show you the benefit of stock software maybe, because in my opinion the Kirin processor is a lot more powerful. But day-to-day performance, you can see, you know, you can't really criticize the Moto. A little bit faster here for that. So look at some games here. So you can see the number crunching a little bit faster maybe on the P9 Lite when it comes to the games. I think it's going to load it a bit faster, but neither of them are speed demons with this one. So you can see this is taking quite a while to load the game. Is it even going to load it? We don't know. Moto, can you load the game? Yes, it can. So much slower there for some reason. We do have Traffic Rider as well. Again, much faster here on the left. So quite interesting, because the G4 Plus seemed to be doing pretty good when it came to the, you know, day-to-day stuff. I'm just going to have a look at the Wi-Fi performance. I think the Moto G4 Plus supports AC connections, so that is going to be in its favour. As you can see, quite pitiful with the P9 Lite. Definitely would have liked to have seen that. Don't know why they skipped that. So what's that? That's like nearly 3 times as high. That is quite telling. We have got this on the performance mode as well. So you can access that in the settings somewhere. Down here, is it? I can never remember with EMUI. This one. There you go. So that's on performance. Well, you can see a very nice performance on the Moto when it comes to the Wi-Fi. So we can just have a look at some page loads here. So let's go. I'm going to click on a link. So it looks like the P9 Lite is probably a little bit ahead here. I just hit the back button but nothing happened. So Moto G4 Plus seems to be better in terms of stability. You can see this one's not doing anything. That's weird. Let's try a different one. Whoa, it's gone all the way back now. BBC News. You know, I was expecting the G4 Plus to be left behind, but clearly, you know, it's quite a well optimized device, if I must say so myself. I think I'm going to say that the G4 Plus is probably a bit more stable here, but the P9 Lite probably has the raw processing performance. Slightly faster, I think, on the P9 Lite, but quite a weird freezy glitch there. We're just going to round off with a multitasking test. So this is 3 gigs of RAM, very generous in the P9 Lite. With the weird horizontal multitasking. Whoops. So that's lock an app. And so far there doesn't seem to be much difference here. They both seem to be holding things in memory, which is good. Not a massive difference at all. So have a look at the camera. Both go into it nice and quick. Do they hold stuff in memory in terms of the games? Can't remember with the Moto. Let's try Angry Birds. Straight in there. And we do have a reload here. So you can see when you get to the games, that's where the P9 Lite starts to push ahead, I think. But it did do quite well. You can see it kept one in memory. But I think that if you're looking for the best performance, probably best to get a 3 gig RAM model. This is a 2 gig RAM model. So overall, you know, I've been quite impressed with the Moto G4 Plus here. I think it's done quite well against a device which technically should be far superior. But I think EMUI, you know, holds it back, if I'm to be honest. I think the stock kind of build here does lend to very nice performance. In terms of the build quality, as I said, you know, I think the P9 Lite is the nicer phone here. It feels a bit more like up to date in terms of, you know, thin, light, and with this kind of like premium going around it. Whereas the Moto feels a bit kind of like the last generations. Don't get me wrong, you know, it feels solid in the hand, but I do enjoy the P9 Lite aesthetic a bit more. Another thing as well, I think we're getting fast charging on the Moto G4 Plus, which is very nice to see. We don't get that on the P9 Lite, which is a bit annoying. In terms of the cameras, I'd probably give that to the Moto G4 Plus based upon what I've seen. Excellent camera, 16 megapixels obviously. P9 Lite does quite well, but I don't think it's quite as good as the G4 Plus's Generally, both of them don't have Type-C unfortunately, but we do get a fingerprint scanner on the front here, as well as the ambient display, which is absolutely fantastic. I would like to see that, I think, on some Huawei phones going forward. And also one more thing to bear in mind is that we don't get any protection here, so we don't get any Gorilla Glass, I don't think, on the P9 Lite. And I have noticed, just using the phone, storing it, etc., there have been some scratches coming on the screen. I don't know if you can see that. Let me just give it a quick wipe here, but maybe you can see it if I get the right angle. It's hard to show obviously on here, but if I was to get the right angle, I can tell you that you can see some scratches there. So that's really annoying, because it's like a new phone, and you want the phone to last. Whereas I think you're getting Gorilla Glass with the Moto G4 Plus, so do bear that in mind. You're going to get a case, I think, if you have the P9 Lite. But yeah, both excellent phones nevertheless in the mid-range category. If you got any questions, do let me know. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.